Studios online videos. Today we're going to be doing some ballet basics. And there's Polar getting ready for class 2. Hopefully you guys had fun at All Day Dance on Sunday. That was so cool to be a part of. All right, I'll get some music playing, allow people time to enter the room, get all warmed up, and then we'll get going in a few minutes. Alright, let's get going here. So we'll start out with just our usual warm-up. Oh gosh, I'm gonna keep tripping over that. So we'll start with our usual warm-up. I'll just call it through very quickly and then I'll call it out as we go through it together as well. So we're starting in parallel, and even when we're in parallel, we're still feeling that rotation and engagement of the backs of the legs. So we're gonna have demi and point and demi parallel. 2 pushes with the metatarsals. Other side demi and point and demi parallel. 2 pushes with the toes, and then rolling through, up and down, reverse the roll through, plie and stretch, rolling through again, and reverse the roll through, turning out to first position. So same thing in first, demi, point, demi, parallel, pushing through the toes, keeping the ankle nice and straight, not sickling over our pinky. Same thing to the left side, and then we'll roll through, reverse the roll through, and reverse the roll through. And then we'll take our parallel stretch all the way down, flat back to come up, port bras back, twist out the spine, and then same thing to the left. Yeah, so this is just making sure that we start off with our nice straight ankles, and we're not going towards our pinky or too much over our big toe. All right, starting in parallel. Here we go. So feeling that openness rotation, and demi, point, demi, parallel. Push, and push to the left. Demi, point, demi, parallel, and push through the metatarsals. Rolling through, plie, heels up, stretch, and down, reverse, over, plie, and stretch, again rolling through, out to first. Demi. Point. Ankle nice and straight. Push. Scooping the toes under to the left. And push. And push. Rolling through. Plie. Stretch. Resist down. Press up. Reverse. Making sure the ankle stays nice and straight. Last time, reverse. And stretch. And parallel all the way down. Take your time down there. Hang out, shake out your head. And come up flat back. And lift up to quarter row back. Coming up and twisting out the spine, opening up those shoulders, and to the left, parallel all the way, folding forward. Hang out, shake out the head, release the neck, and coming up flat back, reach long with that spine. And lifting up to quarter row back. And reach, twist out the spine, opening up those shoulders. And coming back to parallel to finish. Good. Nice. All right, let's move on to some plies. So we'll start normal. We'll start in first position, and this one we're going to go directly around to the left side. So we'll do right, Suinu around, and go right around to the left side. So we'll start 2 demis, demi, and stretch, and demi, and stretch. Grand plie, making sure that the arm floats down, and then it comes down as we go up. We're going to port de bras side for 4 counts, and then take it front, 6, rolling up 7, tendu second position, 8. Same thing, 2 demis and demi. Grand plie, 6, 7, 8. Port de bras side. And this time we're going to take it around to the back. 6, 7, straight in to 5th. 2 demis and demi. Grand plie all the way down. Our knees are going back as our hips are staying right over our heels. 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to take a full circular port de bras. So diagonal to the front, all the way down. Reach that diagonal to the front side, side, diagonal to the back, back, all the way up. And then Suinu around to the other side. Yeah, so 2 demis, grand plie, port de bras side. Make sure that we don't just fold forward. We want to reach to that corner and then go forward, rolling up. Same thing, 2 demis, grand plie, port de bras side. Hit that diagonal corner to the back. Tendu 5th, 2 demis and a grand, circular port de bras, hit every corner. Diagonal front, diagonal side, diagonal back, and coming up. After that, let's take a tendu first. We'll plie, roll through, and we'll balance in a first position just to finish off that side since first position is the same. Yeah, so we're practicing hitting every corner for those port de bras. All right, here we go. So starting in first position, 2 demis. Grand plie, arm floats down. Press those heels down. Port de bras side. And diagonal reach to the front. Rolling up. Tendu second. Demi. Grand plie, knees opening as hips forward. And side and back. Reach to that back corner. fifth. 2 demis. And grand plie, knees back, hips forward. Here's our full circular port de bras. Hit the diagonal corners. And coming up, Sunu around to the left side. Demi. Grand plie. And side and front. And diagonal to the front and then fold forward. Rolling up. Tendu second. And grand plie, lifting up as you lower. And side and back. Hit that diagonal corner back. And tendu right to fifth. Keeping that back heel pressed down to the floor. Here's our full circular port de bras. Hit every corner of the room. And take a tendu to first. Let's plie, rolling through. String. And feel that balance. Our ribs are zippered in. Our shoulders are back. We have length in that lower spine as our sacrum is pressing down to the floor. And lift, release, and finish. Good. Beautiful. So those big port de bras are so important. We don't want to cut our port de bras short. We want to add length wherever we're port de bras-ing. All right, let's move on to some tendus. If you're with us with all day dance, this one will look a little familiar. So we'll be in first position with our arm to the side. We'll take a tendu front, turning in, turning out, and first tendu, and flex, and point, plie. Same thing side, turning in, turning out, and close, and out, flex, and point, plie. Little toes lead back, turning in, turning out, and close, tendu, flex, point, and plie. And then a little different, we're just gonna have massaging forward to the side, and in, and two, and in, and three, and in, plie, and stretch, reversing the whole thing from the back. Yeah, so tendu, turn in, turn out, making sure this turn in, turn out is just a rotation in the hip sockets. We don't wanna get the ribs and the shoulders involved too. So just a rotation in the hip socket. Close, tendu, flex, point, tendu, rotation in the hip socket, tendu, flex, point, plie, tendu, turn in, turn out, tendu, flex, point, plie, and then really massaging the floor with the metatarsals as we do 3 tendu side. 1, and in, 2, and 3, plie, and we'll just finish there. No balance, yeah? So really feeling that rotation in the hips to warm all that up. All right, here we go. Let's use this one. Here we go. 6, 7, and 8. Tendu front. Turn in, turn out. Close, out. Flex, point, close, plie. Same thing side. Rotating in the hip socket. Plie to the back. Rotate in, rotate out. And out. Flex. Point, plie. 3 to the side. Really massaging the floor with those metatarsals. And 1 plie to finish. Starting from the back. Watch that elbow, make sure it's not drooping. Flex, point, plie, to the side. side. Flex, point, plie, 3 side. Plie, and finish. Nice, good. Shake out that arm. Yeah, that arm side I think is harder than using port de bras because we really have to maintain that strength and initiate that strength from our backs, not from our arm muscles trying to hold us up, but our back is what makes all that port de bras happen. All right, left side. Here we go. And tendu front, rotating, just the hip socket rotating. And flex, point, plie, out to the side, just through the hip socket, foot a little bit in front of us to the side. Plie, to the back. And flex, and point, plie, 3 to the side. Really spreading out those toes and massaging the floor of those metatarsals. Plie, starting from the back. How's your elbow doing? Is it lifted from your back? Plie, to the side. Plie, to the front. Make sure those ribs are close so our weight is up and forward. Plie, 3 to the side. And plie, and finish. Good. Nice. All right, now that we have all that foot articulation warm up from those tendus in first, let's move to tendus from 5th. Let me see, I think this is the song I wanted. Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna work on switching to use our inside leg to the front and back, which really challenges our placement with our hips and shoulders. So we're gonna have 3 to the front, keeping our arm inside first. So 1 and in, and out, and in, out, in, plie, and stretch. Same thing side, in, out, closing back, plie, and stretch. Now our inside leg to the front, 3, 1, and in, 2, and 3, plie, and stretch, and then 1 encore starting from the back. Here you can use your arm if you want to, or just leave it side. So 1, and straight, and 2, in, 3, in, 4, in, encore. And then we'll reverse the whole thing from the back. So 1, and in, and 2, in, 3, plie, to the side, 3, 2, 1, plie, inside leg to the back. Make sure those shoulders and hips stay square. 1, 2, 3, plie, and straight. Add an arm if you choose. Encore, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll take a plie up to susu, and we'll balance with the arms in first position, and then we'll finish there. Yeah, so I love to do stuff with the inside leg because it really challenges our placement with our shoulders and our hips. So when we go out to the front, making sure that we don't send that working hip with us, we need to keep it back and feel the opposition of this hip back and their heel going forward as everything stays square. To the back, we keep the shoulders and hips. To the back, it's a really strong tendency to want to open up to get more of that turnout. But if we do it with our inside leg, it's really telling, yeah. So you keep those shoulders and hips square. This will help us so much when we come to center and we're doing all that effacé stuff. Keeping our hips right in line, yeah. So 3 to the front, plie, 3 to the side, plie, 3 inside leg front, plie, 1 encore with the port de bras if you would like to. and then a plie, sous balance. All right, here we go. Working on those shoulders and hips, staying nice and square. All right, and 7, arm side, out, in, out, in, out, in, plie, to the side, out, in, plie, inside leg front, keep that left hip back, plie, en croix, adding an arm if you would like, and side, and front, and side, starting from the back. 3, plie to the side, plie, inside leg, shoulders and hips square, plie, en croix, front, and side, and back, and side, plie, slide that front foot to the back foot, sous. Shoulders are open as our ribs are closed. There's length in that lower spine. We're lifting up as our legs are going down. And lift, release, and finish. Good. Beautiful. Let's go to the left side. That inside leg to the back is also hard because this bar, it's so convenient. Even if we just lean, when we go to the back, I see this a lot with some of the younger students I teach, that they lean a little bit in towards the bar, even just a little bit, just to get more of that turnout. It's just such a minor lean. But then when we do to the inside leg, it's really, we don't really have that ability to lean. So it's very kind of obvious to your body, oh, this is not the right form that I should be in. All right, left side. 6, 7, 8, 3, front. Plie to the side. Plie, here we go, inside leg front, keeping that right hip back, right heel forward. Plie, en croix, back, side, front, and side to the back. Plie to the side. Making sure that tendu side is a little bit in front of us. Plie, inside leg back, shoulders and hips square, not leaning towards that bar. En croix. And take a plie, sous. Feel that balance in sous. Balance, balance. Lengthen that lower spine as our ribs are closed. Making sure elbows are lifted from our back without lifting our shoulders up. Shoulders down, elbows lifted. And release, plie, and finish. Good. I feel like it's way darker in here than usual. I don't know if it's my phone brightness. Let me see if I can. I don't know if that changed anything for you guys, but it made it brighter for me. Okay, let's move on to some dégagés. Let's see here. Okay, so now let's work on some sharp PKs lifting. Now it's like kind of tilted. Okay, well, anyways, I'll fix it later. So now we're gonna have 4 to the front. So 4 dégagés closing in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, brush out, PK, PK, and in. Same thing side and back. Change, 2, 3, 4, brushing out, PK, PK, closing back. And 4, 3, 2, 1, brushing out, PK, PK, and in. Let's try that inside leg positioning again. Just brushing front, a nice low dégagé position, nothing high. Feel that balance with that working it back and working heel going forward. 6, 7, 8. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Brush out. PK lift, and close. 4 to the side. Brushing out. PK, PK. 4 to the front. Brushing out. PK lift, lift, close. Inside leg to the back. Feeling that open shoulders and square hips. 6, 7, closing 8. And then we'll finish there, yeah. So again, we have that practicing of our inside leg position to the front and to the back. And now these PKs, making sure that they're a nice little lift. Yeah, we know PK means to prick. So if you were to prick your finger, you wouldn't jam it down into that needle. So it's a nice lifting up motion. Your toes barely touch the floor. So we shouldn't really hear a big loud sound unless you're in like Brandy Point Shooter or something. So 4 to the front, brush, PK, PK, and in. Same thing side and back, and then we'll balance with our inside leg, either front or back. All right, here we go. And 4 to the front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, out, PK, lift, lift to the side. Out, PK, lift, lift to the back. Out, lift, lift, and inside leg brush front. Feel that balance, working hip back to the back. Out, lift, lift to the side. Out, lift, lift to the front. Lift, lift, and close. Inside leg back. And finish. Good. All right, let's go other side. Those dégagés are a little bit brisk, so really make sure that we're holding our core and lifting up out of our legs. Here we go. 4 to the front. Brush out, lift, lift to the side. Brush, lift, lift to the back. 4. Brush out, lift, lift, inside leg front. Square out those hips and shoulders. To the back. Brush, lift, lift to the side. Out, PK, lift, PK, to the front. Inside leg back. Square out those hips and shoulders. And finish. Good. Nice. All right. So I talk about squaring off your shoulders and hips to the back. And our hips, we're in an arabesque to the back. Our hips can open up a little bit. We don't have to keep them exactly square, otherwise we're not able to turn out that back leg. But the rotation of the hip shouldn't affect the shoulders, or the ribs and shoulders. So my shoulders and ribs are still facing forward as I rotate that hip a little bit out just to get that turnout. So it's kind of a fine line between allowing that hip to open so we can release that turnout in the leg, but still keeping everything else up here square so we're not in a weird half-second, half-arabesque. All right, but enough of that. Let's do some little dégagés from first. So, facing the bar, we're gonna have 4 slow accent out and 8 quick accent in. So starting in first, we're gonna have brush out and brush and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other side, brush. Feeling the metatarsals pushing through the floor. And in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna do it twice. For the second time, you're welcome to challenge your balance and bring your arms off the bar, or you can just take the second set with your arms on the bar still if you want to focus on the technique of the legs. So 4, slow, really brushing and feeling that accent of the toes, lifting our leg up. 4 and 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. After that, let's take a little grand plie down, open up the hips, press up, and we'll take another balance in our first position. Yeah? Okay, there we go. So here's just our music timing. Let me play the music really fast. I think this is what I wanted. Let's listen to this one. Brush and out, just listening. And in, 2, 3. There we go. So there's our timing. All right, here we go. Brushing out, and 2, fire the toes, and in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, other side, brush out. Feel as my torso is pushing the floor away, and in. Again, you can challenge your balance if you would like to, and in. Make sure we're not rolling those ankles. And in. And let's take that grand plie down. And coming up to a releve in first. Feeling that balance in first. The heels rotating forward, our ribs are nice and closed. Lift. Plie, and finish. Good. All right, waking up the toes again. Let's move on to some rond de jambes. Let me hear my timing first. Okay, that's right. So this rond de jambe combination is really focusing on making sure that we're going through a true first each time and that we're leading with the heel to go to the front and we're leading with the toes to rond de jambe to the back. So we're going to start in fifth. We're going to have front and side, closing first. Again, front and side, little half rond de jambe, closing first. 2 slow, front, around, back, through first, and front, around, back, through first. 4 faster. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. We're going to plie, brush front, through a coupe, knee opens to the back, and closing fifth. Reverse all that. So 2 half rond de jambes, back and side, closing first. Back and side, closing first. Leading with the toes, around, leading with the toes, around. 4 faster, through first, and 2, leading with the toes, and 4, brush back, through a coupe, to the front, and close. And then we'll have a little port de bras and a passe. So port de bras forward, and 2, and 3, and 4, draw the front leg up, and 6, and back down, and 8, port de bras back, and 2, and 3, and 4, inside leg passe back, and 6, and 7, and 8, and then just side for 4 counts, and away for 4 counts, and then we'll plie, going up to passe, crack all the ankles, and we'll balance here in a passe releve. Yeah? So one more time, starting in fifth, we'll have 2 half, front and side, closing first, front, side, closing first, front, side, back, first, front, side, back, first, 4, faster, 3, and 4, plie, brush front, knee back, coupe, extend to the back, and close. Reverse all that, and then port de bras front for 4 counts. Just Draw the toe up in a passe on flat. 7, 8. Port de bras back. Drawing the toe up to the back of the knee without lifting the hips. And then side, away, plie. We'll take a passe to balance on Blvd, yeah? So these are all to make sure that we're going through a nice first, leaning with the heel to the front, leaning with the toes to the back, and still keeping our hips nice and square, not hula hooping around. All right, here we go. So starting in 5th position, here we go. And 7 and 8. Front and side, closing first. Front, side, closing first. Front, around, back through first. Again. 4 faster, around. And 2, through first, leading with the heel. Plie front, coupe to the back, closing 5th. Reverse, back side, around back, and back, around front. 4 faster, leading with the toes, not the heel to the back. Plie back, coupe, and front, and 5th. Port de bras front, 4 counts. And up, passe on flat, up, and bring it back down, port de bras back. Inside leg, passe back, lifting up that knee without the hip. Side and away. And up. And fall away. Plie, passe, releve, balance. Feel out those ribs close. Don't signal that toe to that knee in that passe. And when you're ready, lift to susu. And finish. Good, nice. Beautiful, we'll go other side. I think I was talking a little bit on Sunday with All Day Dance. Passe balances, any balance is not just a static, still hold position, but there's growth and there's movement. So we don't just wanna hit a position that we feel kind of on our balance and then just kind of perch and pray. Because if we start doing pirouettes or if we wanna turn in that position, the perch and pray is not gonna work. So we need to have growth and opposition of that reach. So in a passe balance, for example, I'm thinking about this toe and my upper body lifting up as my supporting leg is shooting energy down. So there's always growth and movement and reach in that balance. It's not just kind of a holding position, yeah? Nothing in ballet is ever just hold. There's always movement, even if you're in a still balanced position. All right, to the left. Starting in 5th. And front and side to first. Leading with the heel. And front all the way around through first. A little faster, leading with the heel each time. And plie, brush front, coupe, knee back, and 5th, reverse, back and side. Dropping that working hip as you rotate to the side. Back, around, front, first. 4 faster, leading with the toes. And plie, brush back, through a coupe, knee stays back. Port de bras front. And lifting the toe up to the knee without moving the hip. And back down. Port de bras back. And inside leg passe up to the back. And side and away. up. Feeling movement and growth, always reaching in that balance. And lifting higher, close to Su. And plie, and finish. Beautiful, good. Such lovely music too at the end. I didn't know it did that. Oh. All right, let's move on to some fondus. So we're gonna do fondus and going back to the rond de jambe en l'air. So a little review of rond de jambe en l'air. If this is new to some of us. When we do rond de jambe en l'air, if we're coming rond de jambe en l'air en dehors, which is out, we're gonna have side. We're gonna bring it straight into a passe, circle the heel a little bit forward and open back out. Straight in, circle it forward and out. Straight in, circle it forward and out. So that's rond de jambe en dehors, en l'air. And then en dedans, we just reverse that. So if we're out to the side, we circle the heel a little bit forward, passe, straight out. A little bit forward, passe, straight out. Our heel and our toe is never behind our knee. It's always either straight in and forward or forward and straight out. It's never gonna be back here, yeah? So now our combination. Starting in fifth, we're gonna have fondu to the front, fondu to the side, fondu. Just nice low legs to the back. Brush, closing front. Now fondu, out to the side, in and out, straight in, circle forward, out, tendu, closing fifth. Just reverse all that. Fondu to the back, fondu to the side, fondu to the front, brush and close, fondu out to the side, circle it in, straight out, circle it in, straight out, tendu, fifth, and we'll finish there. And that circling in is not a big movement, it's just a tiny little rotation in the hip socket. So don't worry if it's not this giant whole half circle we're making. It's just a tiny little, if we were to draw a little oval, it'd be a very skinny little oval with our toes, yeah? So those rond de jambes en l'air can either be at 90, or you keep them lower to feel that technique in the turnout even more. Fondu to the front, fondu to the side, fondu to the back, brush and close, fondu out, rond de jambe en dehors, tendu, fifth, reverse all that, and then we rond de jambe en l'air, en dedans, and finish. Yeah. All right, here we go. Just nice low legs to really feel the technique and the rotation in the hip sockets. And starting in fifth, keeping the arms side, fondu, heel forward front, fondu, to the side, fondu, to the back, brush front, and close. Here we go, fondu, to the side, and in and out, tendu, close fifth, reverse, fondu, to the back, fondu, to the side, to the front, brush, close, fondu, to the side, en dedans, tendu and fifth, and finish, good. Beautiful, we'll go other side. If you're feeling this a lot with those rond de jambe en l'air in your hip flexors, you can either lower the leg to release that, but also make sure that we're really engaging our lower abdominals and we're pointing our toe as hard as we can. The more you point your toe, the more energy you're gonna send out, and the less it will just kind of gather right at your hip flexor. So engage those lower abdominals, send energy out through your pointed toe, and that'll take a lot of pressure off of your poor hip flexors. All right, to the left. And fondu to the front, fondu to the side, fondu tendu, close, fifth, lift to reverse, and fondu to the side, brush, fondu to the side, rond de jambe en dédan, circle the toes in, straight out, tendu, and finish, good. Nice. All right, let's move on to some adagio. We're gonna add some little balances in our adagio. Make it a little bit more fun. All right, so we're gonna start fifth front. So this arm is gonna stay to the side, and I'll turn this way so you can kind of see the balances. So this arm is gonna stay side exactly where it is the entire time. It can kind of turn a little bit if you want to for the balances, but it's not gonna move at all. So we're gonna have brush out, balance, and step tendu back to the bar, brush out, balance, step tendu back to the bar, developing 4 counts to the front, and lift and close, developing inside leg to arabesque, lift and close. Again, balance, and step and close, brush out, balance, and step and close. Now 2 developes the side, 1 and 2 and out and close, and 1 and 2 and out and close. Let's take a plie, sous coupe front. Let's balance in a little coupe front position to finish. Yeah, so this balance, making sure that we can really reach and get to that coupe nice and fast. And we step right back on our leg. We don't need the bar, and close. Balancing, reach to coupe very fast. Step right back on our leg. Develop a front, develop a back. And then again, 2 balances. Develop a side, develop a side. I like to put the arm up with my develop a side because it reminds my upper body to lift up instead of sinking down. But you do whatever arm feels natural to you. All right, here we go. Nice, big, luxurious balances. I'm gonna move this so I don't trip on it. Here we go, right foot, or right side. 2 balances. 7 and 8. Reach, balance, up, down, and step, close, fit. Brush, balancing, up, down, step, and fit. Develop a front. Develop a back. And again, reach, balancing, up, down, and step. Fit, brush, balancing, up, down, and step. 2 to the side, develop. Knee lifts and extends. Again. Plie, coupe front. Sending that heel forward. Remember, there's always growth in that balance. We're not just perching. And when you're ready, lift to close to sous. Plie. And finish, good. Nice. So in those balances, make sure that we hit a nice, beautiful, we haven't practiced coupe much today, but make sure we still hit that nice coupe position each time that we go through that balance. Yeah, we don't want to kind of stick around in this in-between nebulous area. We want to get to that position quickly. All right, left side. And reach, bounce, coupe, and step, and fit. Reach, bounce, up, coupe, and step, and fit. Develop a front, lifting the heel up. Develop a back, opening that knee up without the ribs opening. And bounce, up, down, and step. Reach, bounce, up, down, and step, and close. To the donkey side. Knee lifts and then folds. Again. Plie, coupe to the front, balance. That heel is rotating forward. Knees and hips are opening back. Ribs are closed, so our weight is up and forward. Lifting to close, Susu. Plie and finish. Nice, good. All right. Let's finish off. We're gonna combine frappes and grand pas together. So, let me find. Okay, so just 3 frappes and 2 grand pas. So we'll start, I'm gonna demonstrate to the left. 5, 6, tendu 7, and 8. 3 frappes, strike, and 2, and 3, and 5th. Add an arm if you would like to. Brush, grand pas, and out, and in. Up and strike, and 2, and 3, closing back, grand pas, close, grand pas, close. Get to that coupe flexion quickly to strike, and 2, and 3, and in, adding an arm, arabesque, and 7, 8, and out, 2, 3, closing front, 2, grand pas, and then we'll finish there and quickly go around to the other side. Yeah, so 3 frappes, out and 5th, down to go up, down to go up, 5th. Flex that coupe to strike, 2, 3, closing back, 2 grand pas, same thing on quad, and then we'll finish. Yeah, really striking the floor with the metatarsals and brushing down to go up and controlling it back to 5th for those grand pas. So much to think about. All right, here we go. 6, prepare 7, coupe, 8, strike 1, and 2, 3, and 5th, grand pas, out, grand pas, to the side, out, 2, 3, 5th, brush, and brush to the back, brush, grand pas, and out, 2, 3, 5th, brush, brush, 5th, and finish. Good. Nice. So make sure we get that in those frappes. Get the knee back to get back to that coupe turnout position quickly and briskly so that we can go back out. And prepare 7 and 8. Out, back in, out, out. 5th, down to go up. Control it in. To the side. Strike, strike. Whoosh. To the back. Making sure we're not leaning. And brush. Inside. Brush. And brush. Fit and finish. Beautiful, good. right, we're done with the bar. So take a minute, get a drink of water, we'll come center, and then we'll stretch after all of that. All right. So let's take kind of like a minute or two, and then we'll come center together. Let me find my music. All right, so let's come center. So we're gonna do more of those balances that we worked on at bar, add them into center as well, and also work on our nice square alignment for our arabesque. So we're gonna start in a B+, and actually, I think it's more helpful if I demonstrate to the back, so it kind of simulates more of like we're actually in the studio. I wish I had a mirror here, but I'm gonna demonstrate this to the back so you can kind of follow my legs in the directions exactly instead of trying to reverse and flip it around. So we're going to start in a B+, so our right leg should be back and we're standing on our left leg, arms to the side. We're going to develop a step, reach to arabesque, and balance up, down. Again, step, arabesque, and balance up, down. Step again, arabesque, plie, and stretch, plie, and stretch, pas de bras, and fifth. To the left, same thing, so just that. Step to arabesque, balance, and step, square alignment, arabesque, and balance, and step, arabesque, plie, and stretch, plie, and stretch, and up, fifth. Yeah, so we start the first time in B+, and the second set to the left, we're already in fifth, so we start there. So we already spoke about for these balances, making sure that we allow a luxurious reach, but we hit that coupe position nice and sharply. Yeah, we don't want to lag out here for too long. We want to reach, get there, up, down. Get to that coupe, up, down, for those nice, lovely balances. For this arabesque, remember to feel the opposition. So if my left toe is reaching an arabesque, I feel the opposition with my right rib cage and my right shoulder reaching back, and that connection with my opposite shoulder to my toe when I'm reaching an arabesque. So we're not kind of in this weird reaching starfish position. We feel that opposition with our shoulder and our toe. Even if our leg is a little bit lower, we want that square alignment. Our hip can be open just slightly, but not at the expense of our ribs or our shoulders opening out with it, yeah? Let's mark it with the music to the right side, and then we'll take it away. So here we go, starting in B+, standing on our left leg. and 7, 8, step, arabesque, and bounce it up, down, and step, arabesque, and bounce it up, down, step, arabesque, plie for the opposition shoulder toe, plie, stretch, up, fit. Start with that front leg to arabesque and reach on that back leg, yeah. All right, here we go. I'll continue to face the back. I feel like that's more helpful to follow than trying to reverse it and mirror me. Here we go. And we can really reach on that arabesque. 7 and 8, step, arabesque, reach, balancing, up, down, step, arabesque, reach, balancing, up, down, step, square alignment, arabesque, plie, lift, plie, lift, up, fit, step, arabesque, balancing, up, down, step, arabesque, bouncing, up, down, step, arabesque, plie, stretch, plie, stretch, up, fit, and finish, good, beautiful. Let's do it one more time in case there's anyone who wants to do it again. If not, we're gonna stretch out right after so you can linger and get out your Pilates mat if you don't want to do it again. So good, another little artistic thing you can add to this. We're talking about keeping our hips and shoulders super square, flat alignment, arabesque. But when we go into that balance, that's when we can allow ourselves to open up so that we fall off our leg in that balance in a nice square academic position. Reach, and then we fall off our leg for that balance. So it just looks very like you're reaching for something and then you can't get it. You fall in balance. So one more time for those who want to, and then we'll stretch it out. 7 and 8, step, arabesque, square, reach, balance. Step, arabesque, square, reach off your leg, balance. Now we keep that square position, plie. Don't let the leg drop or wobble. Up, closing those ribs to the left. Up, reach off your leg to fall. Off your leg, fall, balance. Step, arabesque, plie. Lift that left shoulder up. Up, fit, and finish. Okay, we're done. Let's do some stretching out. Coming to the center. Where's my mat? There it is. All right. Let's just stretch out our backs for a little bit. Since we did so many arabesques, let's just kind of start in child's pose with our knees open, just to kind of stretch out our backs for a little bit after all that. Let me find, here we go. So starting in child's pose, you can kind of open out your knees a little bit, sit back on your heel, reach your arms out, and try to sit your butt back to your heels while sending your chest down to the mat. And now let's walk our hands over to the right, keeping your hips square, but just reaching on that left side. And now walk your hands over to the left. Feel that stretch in the right side of the spine. And back to center for child send those hips back one more time so that chest a little bit more down to the mat. And let's come to tabletop. And weight in those palms of the hands. Let's curl the toes under to come up into a downward dog. So here, walk your feet out wherever you need to and make sure that we're pressing those heels down. We don't want to have our heels up, we want them to be pressed down. And let's pedal the feet out. So lifting one heel up at a time and switch, pedal to the other side. Sending our belly button to meet our thighs as our hips extend up to the ceiling. And let's walk our hands in to meet our toes. And now just grab opposite elbows and just kind of swing, hang there, little ragdoll position. Release the neck, you can kind of shake it, no. And soften the knees, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Good, and let's sit down now. And whatever foot, we're just going to do kind of a little spinning figure four stretch. So you can grab one ankle, put it on your opposite knee, sitting down and trying to eliminate the curve out of your spine, straightening, sending your belly button through that little hole through your legs. You should feel a stretch kind of in your hips and glute area. Reaching your chest up over your front leg. Stretching out those hips and glutes. And bring it back down. Let's take the other ankle underneath the opposite knee. Same thing, eliminate that curve in your spine. Sending your belly button through that figure four hole in your legs. Chest goes up to the ceiling. Flex that foot. No. You need to stretch too. Oh, good stretch, puller. Good downward dog. And bring it down. Here we go. And come back up on your feet. Let's hang down again. And just roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll your shoulders back a few times. And finish. Good. Oops. There we go. Nice. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad Polar got to touch with us too. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again next week. Have a good rest of your week. Bye.